All right, it's my job to welcome everyone, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to have a short program. As you all know, Bob will be speaking tonight at 5 o'clock in the SLC, so I know we'll see most of you there as well, so we're looking forward to that. I want to just take a moment to let Bob and Beth know how grateful we are for their generous support of the College of Business Engaged Learning Endowment. We're here to thank them and to also celebrate the naming of the very first room in the College of Business, the very first classroom. So we're excited about that. There are a lot of people here today, or a few people I should say, that do want to say a few words. So I'm just going to add that it's been a sincere pleasure to get to know you both, and your engagement and your commitment to supporting the students at Winona State and to help specifically the College of Business students create their more. Has been very special, and we're sure grateful for that. I'm going to welcome Dean Hamid Akbari to say a few words.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beth. So, I mean, certainly today is absolutely a great day for us. But let me first begin with my affinity for Bob and Beth Biesterfeld, as we actually honor them. The naming of this room is that, you know, ever since I met Bob, which was about maybe not 5 years ago, but about 4.5 years ago, I kind of sensed a number of qualities in him as a person, not only as a leader, but as a person. And one of them was his authenticity, and which he and I talked about a little bit today as well. And the other one was that what he and I share, but he more than me, I mean, he breathes and bleeds purple. His love for Winona State University, as well as for College of Business. So that's my affinity with him. But as he knows very well, I have an affinity with Beth, which is really a little bit not purple, but red rather. And so
Scarlet.
she and I, Scarlet and Greg, and she and I both actually are alums of Ohio State, the Ohio State University. The Ohio State University. And we are die-hard Buckeye fans. Or maybe some of us are Buck nuts, not you, me. And then we also belong to Buckeye Nation. So that's the affinity that he and I have. I often remind him of that, you know, so it's not only between him and I, but also you and I. So I would say today is really a new epoch for WSU and College of Business. You know, when you study history, it is usually meaningfully studied through milestones and epochs. And epochs are usually those events, particular milestone events that happen through that particular period of history, and it has certain characteristics. For example, American Revolution, Civil War, Industrial Revolution, Model T, and I don't know, I mean, you can talk about iTunes. Every one of those can be an actually historical epoch. So, but as it closely relates to us, of course, for Winona State University, the year was 1858, and which the first normal school, kind of higher institution of higher education, west of Mississippi, was established. For more closely for, which is known today as Winona State University, but more closely to us is of course College of Business, which came to become a college in 1985, and then in 2010, under the leadership of great faculty, a good number of them here today, some of them teaching Bob, and is that it became a WCSB accredited college, again thanks to our wonderful faculty. So today, as we honor Beth and Bob Biesterfeld with dedicating this room in their names, we are actually witnessing the beginning of a new epoch, a historic epoch, as Bob Biesterfeld becomes the first ever business major alumnus of WSU who assumes the role of CEO of a Fortune 500 company, or more exactly Fortune 193 company in the world. Maybe change already to 192. I will talk about that a little bit more in detail later on when we introduce him at the event at 5 o'clock, but that is no small feat, and I'll explain that to you later on if hopefully everyone comes to the lecture. From now on, our students have an aspirational and inspirational role model in you, Bob, as they create their more. Beth and Bob, thank you for your kindness, thank you for your care, thank you for your generosity, and on behalf of the College of Business and the students, I bow to you for your generosity.
I'm sorry. One more, I know. We're all excited to hear from you. But on behalf of the students, especially the sales team who are your wonderful greeters out there, thank you so much for setting such an example. I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but as I walked through the College of Business today, there was an energy. You could feel it, you could sense it. And truthfully, when I say this, we're so proud of you and so happy to be able to go forward, coming from Winona State now, to say that we went to Winona State and we're capable of, doing great things. So that example that you said is really, it's known and it's felt here, especially as we move forward and create our more, see, I said it. But anyways, again, on behalf of the College of Business and the students here, thank you so much, and we're very, very, very happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Is there more?
Yeah, we got Bob.
We got creating more. Just creating more.
You almost got away with it. In fact, I called Dean Aquari the other day, and I said, "Now this is kind of like a roast, right?"
Oh boy.
And he said, "Well, it's not exactly a roast." And then it got garbled, so I think he said it was. So I get to. Oh no, probably not. Okay, all right.
Your call.
This is one of the good things about being retired. You can give the dean the business. When Bob first came into one of my classes, there was a couple of things about him and he wasn't tremendously different than anybody else, but there was a couple of things about him that said, this guy's got some pretty good potential. And I haven't been able to teach for 2 years, so you're going to have to give me about 2 minutes here to talk to the
You can have
students.
20 minutes.
20? Oh boy. You don't know what you've unleashed. But a couple of things that I noticed one was he had great communication skills, and especially could show interest in what somebody else was saying and try to understand them. But those communication skills, a lot of students don't have those coming in. But it is something you can learn. But he had that. The other thing he had was he was very curious. He wanted to know how things work. Why did that happen? How come that does that? What gets that reaction? And it made it sometimes challenging to teach him because he had lots of questions. But they were generally very good questions. So it was those communication skills and that curiosity that I think helped separate him in the long run. And then he had a third attribute, which it took time to see that. But when he was in a group working, everybody in the group performed better. I thought he was going to be a leader of some sort. Now, I didn't think he'd go this far. Well, there was the Thirsty Thursdays, And,
He said no roast.
no roast, right, okay, right.
Just keep saying nice things.
I got my other notes. But the leadership that he shows comes from caring about other people and how well they can do, and getting them to perform better by caring about them. And I think that generosity is just showing by what he gives back to Winona State. But I think that's what's made him such a success at C.H. Robinson, is that fact that he looks around and he says, these are my people. We have to be successful. And one of the reasons we have to be successful is because they need to be successful. They have families. They have careers. And so from students, I want you to think about those three things. Once a teacher, always a teacher, right? But
Thanks, Bob.
it's been a privilege. Congratulations.
Mackenzie, if you want to, your group, we have one more little thing for you. Where's Mackenzie? Oh, there she's
I'm
sitting.
hiding.
Oh, wow.
We've got a little.
Surprise! No. So, as a little thank you, it's not as much as a room, but for you and Beth,
That's awesome.
we really thank you, and we really appreciate you coming down.
Thank you.
So, another round of applause for Beth.
that was really cool. Thank you. I mean, I could go on for a while here. You know, somebody asked earlier, you know, why do you choose to come back to Winona State? Whether it be to talk to students, whether that be to support through the foundation, the College of Business, and my simple answer is that this is a really special place for me. It's a really special place for me. The city, the 4 or 5, well, a number of years that I spent here as an undergrad. But, you know, this city represents a lot of what I'm about. It's a hardworking city. It's focused on the outdoors. It's focused on things that I'm passionate about, like hunting and fishing. And it's also a community, right? And, you know, Beth, it was mentioned earlier that Beth went to the Ohio State University, so I think I may be the only WSU alumni with a 7-foot inflatable Brutus the Buckeye in my front yard. But over the last 20 years that Beth and I have been together, she said, you know, what is it that is so interesting about Winona to you? And I said, you know, what I find fascinating is 20 years after graduating, here sits Bob Newberry, here sits Mark Young, and the professors that I was close with that took a personal investment in me. And that's unique. That doesn't happen everywhere. That doesn't happen with my friends that went to Ohio State. That doesn't happen with my friends that graduated from the U. And I think we all should realize that this community is really special and really unique. The work that Debbie has done on behalf of the foundation and the rest of the team and the foundation team is nothing short of exceptional to bring people back to the university. I hadn't been back to campus for probably 10 years, and Debbie did a great job of bringing Beth and I back to campus and showing us how the campus is continuing to evolve, how we're bringing on such strong leadership like Dean Akbari with a vision to make this College of Business the #1 destination business school in the state. And that's something that I feel connected to. It's something that I'm proud of being a part of. And it's something that Beth and I are committed to continuing to help to whatever level we can going forward. So, you know, I said it in a classroom earlier, the whole concept of creating your more really resonates with me. And if somebody asked about my career or what worked out well, it is that sense of creating your more. And we didn't call it that, but it was that want to. It was that want to create your more and not wait for that next thing to come along. And so I think Dean Akbari has really captured that essence of the university, of the community, and of all of us working together to create your more. And I think you're owed a lot for the work that you've done here. So I know you're early in the journey of 5 years, and I can't wait to see where we are 5 years from now. So. I guess I would just close and say thank you for all of you that spent time on the logistics of this today. I'm humbled by the amount of time that people have taken out of their day, whether it be students, faculty, staff, to come and spend this day. It's meant a lot to me, and it's something that I'll certainly take back home and feel good about. Bob, thank you for taking time to be here. It means a lot. So thanks to everybody. Have a brownie.
I want to invite all of you to come over at 5 o'clock to the SLC and listen to Bob's presentation. We do want you to enjoy some dessert. I think one other lesson, Bob has shared a few lessons with us today in the classroom, but I think what's really powerful is what you see here is the relationship that faculty create with our students. And I'm going to encourage each and every one of you students to continue to connect with your faculty. And it's powerful, and it makes a difference in your life. And I expect to see all of you come back and do the same, connecting, staying engaged, sharing your time, talent, and treasure, hopefully. But we're so proud of all of you, and we're so proud of you. And thank you so much for all you do for us. Enjoy.
Great job.